delicious toast, nice car, and temperature controller. These are some examples of which enable us to spend comfortable and convenient life. Imagine if there is no such a car or toaster or temperature controller. It's easy to forget some of this stuff because it's already part of our life. But if there is no such a thing, our life will be difficult. So these cars or toaster function thanks to electricity energy. We don't want to pay lots of money for energy. For example, we don't want to pay $5 to toast a bread. So it's important for people to generate energy cheaper and efficiently. One of the most efficient energy is nuclear energy. Today we are talking about nuclear energy. I'm going to explain what is nuclear energy and how it generated and how we can use that energy. And then Henry will talk about advantages and disadvantages of nuclear energy and results of the survey. And then he will conclude by mentioning features of the nuclear energy. So what is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy is generated by the nuclear reaction. Nuclear reaction is a reaction that changes the nucleus of the atom. Let me explain nuclear reaction. It's kind of scientific. Some of you may already have seen this chart. These are smallest element of the matter. For example, hydrogen or silver or gold. And then each element has its own atom, and in the middle of the atom there is a thing called nucleus. And nucleus has, so you can see the blue and red circle, it's proton and neutrons. So when the protons and neutrons came together, and it will change, and then at that time it will generate a huge power. In this way, nuclear energy is generated. Here is the picture of nuclear power plants and how the system. Here, nuclear reaction is happening, and then that steam will move the turbine, and it will go to it will translate it into electricity, and we can use the power of electricity. And then here, we can use water from ocean to cool down the system. For example, thermal power generator with fire, they use fire to generate power, but nuclear energy is, we don't use fire. Instead of fire, we use nuclear reaction, and the steam moves the turbine, and then we can generate the electricity. So there are 61 operating nuclear power plants in the US in 30 states, and most of them are located in West. energy are used in various fields, not only as electricity but also as for weapon, military, industry, hospital, or agriculture. For example, people can use nuclear energy to make nuclear rocket, and also in the hospital, the doctors can use nuclear energy when they scan our body and look at the inside of the body.
Having discussed what nuclear energy is and how the nuclear energy is used, now let us move on to the nuclear energy's advantages and disadvantages. Despite potential drawbacks and the controversy that surrounds it, nuclear energy does have a few advantages over some other methods of energy production. First is expense. Uranium, which is main material for nuclear energy, is low cost than other energy for producing the same amount of energy. Uranium is also less expensive to procure and transport. A second advantage is reliability. When a nuclear power plant is functioning properly, it can run uninterrupted for up to 540 days. The running of the plant also remains unaffected by weather or foreign suppliers. In other words, it makes more stable than other forms of energy. Third is no greenhouse gases. While nuclear energy does have some emissions, the plant itself does not give off greenhouse gases. This lack of greenhouse gases can be very, very attractive to some consumers. However, even though nuclear energy has some advantages, there are many serious disadvantages of nuclear energy. First is raw material. Uranium is used in the process of fission because it is a naturally unstable element. This means that special precautions must be taken during the mining or transporting and storing of the uranium. Second disadvantage is waste. When the uranium has finished splitting, the resulting radioactive byproducts needs to be removed. During the process of recycling, the storage of the byproduct could lead to contamination through leaks or contaminant failures. Third is water pollutant. Nuclear fission chambers are cooled by water. This water is then turned into steam, and then from the steam, the immense heat given off can be damaging to ecosystem located nearby the reactor. Fourth is leaks. Nuclear reactors are built with several safety systems. However, when these safety systems are not maintained or have structural flaws, A nuclear reactor could release harmful amounts of radiation into the environment. Last is shut down reactors. There have been several nuclear reactors that have failed and then been shut down and that are still in existence. These abandoned reactors are taking up valuable land space, and those places are often too unstable to be removed. Let's move on to our survey result. We conducted a survey about nuclear energy through these 5 questions. As you can see, most people's responses are disagree. Especially the survey results show that most people think that nuclear energy is not safe, but still need to use nuclear energy. This is because people think that nuclear energy is most effective energy plant, and then there is no alternative energy instead of nuclear energy. From this survey result, we can conclude about the future of nuclear energy. First, there will be no alternative energy instead of nuclear energy, because nuclear energy is really effective than any energy plant. So we predict that we will still use nuclear energy. And second, so in the future we should develop advanced technology to increase safety. Nuclear energy is effective, but also there is some danger, a lot of risks. So we should develop advanced technology. And we should learn more about how humans should be careful to the use of nuclear energy. As I mentioned above, from the survey result, most people don't know much more about nuclear energy. Most people don't have a more specific knowledge about nuclear energy, so we should learn more about that. Yeah, that's it. And then if you have any question, you can ask some question freely.
Alright, so now is the time for others to ask questions and to show some interaction with the speakers.
Thanks for your presentation, and I learned more about nuclear energy after your presentation. I would like to know, do you believe that the nuclear energy can be widely used in the future? Thank you for asking question. You mean people will use more nuclear energy in the future? Yes, right. I don't think people will very widely use that nuclear energy, but I think people will continue to use nuclear energy because it's very controversial. Some people disagree with the use of nuclear energy because it's dangerous. On the other hand, it's very convenient, low cost, and it doesn't produce CO2. So, and we need energy. So, I don't think we have lots of nuclear power plants, but people still continue to use what we have now. Do you know any solutions about
any solutions of the disadvantages?
I think one of the solution is about the safety. In Japan, there was a huge earthquake, and one of the nuclear power plant get damaged because of tsunami. So one solution is to prepare for any disaster like tsunami or earthquake. So I really believe we need to develop and we need to create nuclear power plant far from the ocean because tsunami will come. So
Yeah, but one of the disadvantages is geographical limitations. The nuclear energy have to be located nearby coast, yeah, nearby oceans. They need to use water. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for your presentation. I have a question about as we know, the nuclear energy should need a lot of water to cool this their core. So, do you think they will influence the environment because we are all need the most of the country don't have a lot of water. The water problem is a big problem. And so if the government develops nuclear energy, do you think how to balance this problem?
Yeah, I think for your question, it is really controversial issues now also. So actually, I don't have a specific solution, but I just want to tell that the government should control the balance for using energy or get some energy from the nuclear energy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know that much more about the solution. Yeah. I hope to answer in the future.
So if you were the government, knowing, like, first of all, what I want to know is ethically, starting with nuclear energy, that whole idea, I think in the very beginning when we began with nuclear energy, it sounded like there was a lot of excitement about it and enthusiasm toward it because of its potential. But noting the issues with Chernobyl and the things that can happen, do you feel like ethically it was a good decision for governments to take upon nuclear energy without the knowledge of what could have possibly occurred? From your ethics standpoint. So do you think we could have done more research before making those decisions, or do you feel that it was